Hello everyone, my name is FlareBlitzed and we have returned back to the supernatural horror visual novel that is Novena Diabolos. Between the end of last time and now, I've gone through each of the cases very carefully with the evidence that we have, and I have formed a conclusion as to who committed which murders. It's just the fourth case that we need to have presented to us so we can whittle down if it's either Sumi or Rin that committed them, which gives us a little bit of an issue here when it comes to trust with Rin, because if she turns out to be the human, then we don't really have enough trust in order to build some kind of bond with said character for trust. But let's go over why I think it is these respective characters for these cases. So let's see, the first case here I believe is Hannah the Fox Spirit. Reason why: fear matches up. Old language matches up. Can't find out the summoning or the ceremony, but is also brutalized, and also Hannah is located around the village or the school or the village itself, the entire village of Hope Hill Village. So these four add up to match with Fox Spirit, which is quite strong in its own way. Vampire, we don't know what monster type it is. Succubus, fear obviously, but it speaks Samant, and she would be in another location otherwise, but also ancient language and Samant are just too far out of reach. Which, let's see, summoned with dolls and will sacrifice, can't be her. Pierces with someone's body there, can't be her. Undead, deception, fear, can't be her. Fox Spirit matches all of those up. Let's see, number 2. It was found in the forest, and I believe it to be the vampire. Let's see, deception, fear, can't be Fox Spirit. Vampire, animal sacrifice, forest. Only 2 pieces of evidence to sway it to her, but this is where process of elimination comes in. Succubus, fear, but this is deception. Can't be succubus. Witch, can't find that. Speaks summoned. Ancient language there. Some of the dolls, no animal sacrifice there. Pierces, brutalized, can't be her. Undead, deception, okay. Ariok's Way, not that one. And this is in the forest, which is not the school or the river. And yeah, village, it just does not add up whatsoever. So let's see this case, succubus. So what I have here is fear, Samont, accepts all ways, so anything. Brutalized, not yet found the location for succubus, but process of elimination. Samont, okay. Animal sacrifice, no, doesn't match up. Pierces doesn't add up with that. Let's see, undead. Deception, no, because this is a fear type. So, Fox Spirit, we've already uncovered her, and this is the river, not the village or the school. Vampire, forest lake, this is river. So it can only be the succubus. Brutalized, accepts all ways, Samont, monster of fear. So let's crack on with the episode and see who we're going to be going with next. And I'm thinking Rin. I'm thinking that we should spend our remaining 3 meeting points with Rin, or should I hope the coin is flipped in a 50-50 way so it sways with Sumi, so that Sumi is the human. So therefore we just see 3 other characters rather than see Rin. But I'd like to see Rin regardless. Let's see. Frightened? Okay, I should go see Rin. Selecting different choices last time would have led to us building more trust of her. I arrive at the lake, and Rin is waiting at her usual spot, and she appears to be lost in thought, contemplating something. I'm right behind her, yet she doesn't notice me. Are you planning to commit a murder, are you? Hey there. Hey.
준성 씨.
I'm pretty sure you got my name wrong again. She responds to me in quite a welcoming tone. This isn't typical behavior for Rin. No, it's correct this time, my bad. What happened?
조사는 좀 해보셨나요? 설마 놀고 있었던 건 아니죠?
Why would I be kidding about this sort of stuff? This is 100% serious. Look at our situation. This is not a normal fog, to say the least. No, of course I was serious. I managed to find out a few things.
뭐죠? 뭔데요?
Her voice's words and expression both convey a sense of urgency. I start speaking in a serious tone. My research makes it clear that this place really is connected to some sort of religion.
역시 그랬군요.
So you can't really just tell this religious cult to get out of his village because this is my land. They're not going to comply with your business-like ventures. The corpse shows no signs of resistance. Brutalized. Which leaves two possibilities. It's a question of whether the dead couldn't resist, or what? Okay? Or voluntarily chose not to resist. When we have no choice, that is the case, but there's always going to be some kind of resistance when it comes to survival. When it comes to life or death, we always choose life.
저항하지 않았다니 그게 말이 돼요?
Because they are willing to be sacrifices. This is what cult-like religions are all about. Common sense won't help you understand it. It doesn't apply exactly. Because common sense dictates that what religious cults do is very, very outside of the box. Rin, you said this whole village was constructed illegally, right?
네, 그건 확실해요.
Do you have any evidence that it was constructed illegally, or that you have documentations that there should not be a village constructed here in the first
이
place?
주변 부지는 우리 회사에서 90년대에 매입한 뒤로 방치하고 있었거든요.
Oh, I see you brought it.
그런 곳에 사내 데이터에도 없는 마을이 존재한다면 허락도 없이 마을을 조성했다는 말밖에 안 되니까요.
But you don't have your company records with you. I agree. However, I can't help but think that this village was built with a clear purpose in mind.
분명하다면
How are you going to explain this to Rin without being too straightforward and say that there's a devil at work? The fog separating the village from the outside world. The remote location hidden away from prying eyes. And the fact they stay to themselves, seemingly unbothered when their own people get murdered. All of that can only mean...
하는 건?
What do I mean, Rin? This whole village is partaking in a large-scale secret ritual. They are sworn to secrecy, and are extremely careful not to let the outside world find out anything. It has to be something religious. Something that they would only know. Actually, I'm already guessing that this village where cult members who pretend to be missing gather exactly. However, that's not something I need to mention at this point. If you think about it, any one of us, right now, in a hypothetical world, could just become brainwashed and we'd have no idea. Hello, Rin appears to be deep in thought. It is obvious that her attitude towards me is totally different compared to our last meeting. That's not just because she's scared, is it? Did she wander around again like last time and did something? You're angry at what Ren Che did. What did she exactly? I'm not going to. Did something happen?
네? 아까 말했잖아요. 저 사람들 날 대하는 모습이 엄청 이상하다고.
Very weird. How so? When did you say that?
처음에 인사할 때 했잖아요.
I don't think you did, but maybe that was the case. I just cannot remember. No way, you didn't say anything.
준성 씨가 제 말에 집중을 안 하신 거겠죠?
No, you just did not say that, okay?
다시 말씀드릴게요. 저 사람들 저한테 무언가 원하고 있어요.
What exactly do they want from you?
처음엔 재개발에 관련된 건 줄 알았는데 그게 아닌 것 같아요. 마을에서 절 볼 때마다 불길하게 웃으면서 고개를 숙이고 어떤 사람들은 멀리서 몰래 절까지 하더군요.
Yes, that could
저라는
be
걸
it.
들키자마자 화들짝 놀라서 도망가기까지.
Rituals going on, so prayers would definitely be it, and it's not of the religious, well, of the holy
이건
kind, it's the
일반적인
unholy
행동들이
kind.
아니잖아요. 난민들이 자기들이 쫓아낸 기업인에게 할 만한 짓들도 아니고요.
So both you and the vampire have something in common, is that you are both approached by villagers of this village.
그런데 그 사람들이 재개발로 쫓겨난 난민들이 아니라 어떤 사이비 종교를 믿는 신도들이라면 납득이 가능해져요.
Because the most faithful of those that have faith in said religion would always stay by that religion no matter what. Over friends, family, everything.
안 되겠어요. 이제 전 여기 있을 이유도 없고 일단 이곳을 나가죠.
I would like you to know that there is no way out of here at this point in time. You can go left, you can go at the end of the lake. There's just no way of getting out of this hellhole. Get out of here?
그럼 계속 여기 있을 거예요? 무슨 일을 당할지 어찌 알아요?
Do you think we have not tried to get out of this village just yet?
답답한
Oh,
소리 말고
dear.
따라와요. 준성 씨, 차는 가져오셨죠?
I did, but we can't reach it. Yeah, I brought the car, but... I scratched my head. I did bring my car, but that's not the problem at hand right now. There's no getting out of here in the first place. There's some sort of supernatural magic in place that prevents it. But the thing is, how to explain this to Rin?
뭘 그리 고민해요? 빨리 가자니까.
Have you tried to get out of this village, Rin? The thing is, maybe leaving isn't as easy as you think.
네? 무슨 소리예요, 그게?
We are in some kind of alternate dimension as it were, where if we try to go to the edges of the dimension itself, it will just teleport us right back to where we began on this journey. So, things are always way out there. So maybe I should just put it bluntly. Rin, do you believe in magical curses?
뜬금없이 뭔 소리예요?
When you're in my line of work, tracking the unexplainable, you will see all kinds of things. There are many things that are hard to believe with just common sense. Believe it or not, certain religions make use of forgotten magic and ancient curses to do terrible things. And now Rin's like, I don't believe you whatsoever. Rin's expression turns sour at an alarming rate. It's like when you finally feel comfortable enough to tell a friend a personal UFO story only to be labelled a nutcase.
그래서 뭐요? 결론이 뭔데요?
This whole place, there's no getting out of here right now. Not as long as the fog is around.
별 진짜.
Why would we lie in this scenario? She looks at me with what I can only describe as ultimate disappointment. This didn't work out as I had imagined. Scare her? Exactly. I think show her directly. Seeing it with your own two eyes is the quickest way to understand. You'll need my car if you want to attempt to get out of here. So let's head there now. I take the lead and don't give Rin a chance to respond. I ignore Rin's quietly grumbling voice coming from behind me. And then... I'm starting to realise my train of thought is risky too. Making Rin experience the fog's powers directly is quite a gamble. Indeed. However, letting her run loose is even more dangerous.
미친 말 같으니 나가자마자 바로 신고해야지. 불쾌소원.
Really now. Rin really wants to get out of here badly, and she is overly confident in herself that she can actually pull it off. These two factors combined make for a source of anxiety that I'm not equipped to handle. So even if it's a bit risky, an event is needed that dramatically changes my... Bloody hell, what do you think this is, a story? A visual novel where we need to do more things? I have to hold her back, that is much clear.
그런데 어딜 가요 지금?
I'm going to go forward right now, but you'll see me back from behind you. It's safer to go this way. It's less visible to prying eyes. Having said that, I keep walking uphill. This path goes through the mountains. It's one of the possible escape routes I've managed to find. I ultimately rejected it for being too long-winded, but it should be safe to go this way, at least for now. There's no telling how Rin would react if we ran into someone from the village.
진짜 쓸데없이 돌아가네.
You say that right now. She groans and doesn't realise we're only here because of her. She needs to control that attitude of hers if she wants to avoid trouble. Alas. We get out of town and reach the outskirts. So we're here. I'm gonna go that way, but please look behind you so that you can see me return. Oh dear, not too long ago I gave up on the thought of leaving this place myself. Also, it was this going in circles ordeal that had forced me to accept the reality of supernatural phenomenon occurring around here. Now Rin Che is about to feel the same sense of trepidation and fear that I experienced at that time.
뭐예요? 갑자기 멈춰서.
It's nothing, let's go. I take another step and pass the tree. And then this is the edge. I walk along the road that's wholly engulfed in fog. The road feels weirdly long. It's like wading through a swamp of never-ending fog. Okay, Rin? Are you okay?
차를 도대체 어디다 둔 거예요?
Somewhere forward here, you know? What are you struggling with? You look like you exercise.
그게 아니라 이 길이 끝날 기미가.
But... Do you see now our predicament, Rin?
뭐야?
Yes, Rin looks around somewhat nervously. Her previous attitude is all but gone. It's what always happens, no matter how often we try to leave. That's how it works.
뭐가 이렇게 된다는 거예요?
How this curse, as you may understand it to be, does this. You saw it yourself, right? It always circles back around. It doesn't matter if we look in front and walk in a straight line, we always end up back here. Mysteries and phenomenon of this kind are found in many places. Take the Bermuda Triangle, for example. You need to come to terms with this fact. There are many things in this world that exist outside the realm of common sense.
웃기는 소리 하지 말아봐요 좀. 생각하고 있잖아.
You know, you can just walk it again for yourself to see if you can find out. God damn it, Rin.
어쩌다가 길을 잘못 든 거 가지고 의기양양해져서 별 헛소리를 다.
She doesn't trust us.
무서우면 거기 있어. 나 혼자 갈 테니까.
Alright, go alone then. Guess this is what it takes. I don't even try to stop, I just stand there waiting. Some time passes. Hello.
길어먹을 길은 왜 이리 길어?
Hello, do you recognize me? I just went on ahead. A bit of a harsh reaction, don't you think? Or is my face really that ugly? Exactly. What do you think of this then, Rin? You wouldn't believe my words, see now you found out the hard way about this predicament. And you're doing it again, aren't you? Hello. Found you again. Just let it rest, it's no use. Yep, fantastic. Again, you're gonna do this. And you're gonna show up again. First of all, we should go back. You what? Rin tries to say something, but quickly chooses to keep her mouth shut instead. I don't have the time to wait for Rin to pull herself together. I'll start walking back towards the village.
잠깐.
Okay.
같이 가요.
You're coming with me? There's a bit of a change. Oh, this is somewhere different. As we walk back on the mountain path, neither Rin nor I say a single word. That says world, by the way. Nothing worth mentioning happens. Sometimes Rin drops her wallet and picks it up while mumbling an annoyed complaints to herself. And once or twice I have to stop to tighten my shoelaces. I cast a fleeting look at Rin, and it's obvious that something is on her mind. It looks like she's holding something in her hand and is fiddling around with it. Hey, Rin. Hi. Did our voice really make you that startled? Whoa there! I barely managed to catch Rin, who is so taken by surprise she stumbles and falls. It's a funny sight, with Rin hanging on to me, still looking startled as I catch her mid-flight. Hi.
놔요.
Okay, you're not going to say thank you or anything like that? I felt confused and a little embarrassed by her intense reaction and fiddled with my hand, not knowing what to do with it. I wonder what startled her so much.
갑자기 말 걸지 말아줄래요?
Alright, we just won't speak at all then.
말하기 전에 말을 한다고 말을 해야 할 거 아니에요?
You have to tell me if you plan on saying something. Like, do you even listen to yourself, Rin? How can we do that if we can't tell you that we're going to say something? Oh, for goodness sakes. Like, I have no words for you. How is that supposed to work? In what world does that make any sense?
하여간
I don't want
왜
any,
불렀는데요?
I don't want anything, actually. What a weird, yet kind of funny situation. But now that I think about it, why did I call out to her? Thanks to her overly dramatic reaction, I've no idea what I was going to say to her. What's this red thing? It wasn't there before. I look at the object closely. Oh, is it? Okay, it's in the middle of a screen somewhere. Is it this? This thing here? That thing there. It has to be that. I walk towards the object and pick it up. What is this? I mutter myself and take a closer look.
그건
What's bad? What did you say?
아니 그러니까
Did you drop that, Rin? I'm phased by Rin's incomprehensible reaction. I open up the folded paper. It's a talisman. Looks like it's been carried around for at least a few months, judging by the condition. Is this yours, Rin?
네? 제 거요?
You can't hide. Rin, you're a terrible liar in this case, just like the vampire is. So, not superstitious at all, huh? Oh dear. You're not going to explain yourself? What? She grabs the talisman.
이게 왜 나한테 있었지? 이거 내 운전기사 거예요.
You know, if you had a driver's license, then we wouldn't see a talisman there in the first place.
어쩌다가 내 주머니 속에 들어왔나 보네요.
You're such a terrible liar. When does something just slip into your pocket? Unless it's like a leaf from a tree or something like that.
이딴 건 이렇게 던져버려야죠. 그렇죠?
Yeah, let's call it a day. You saw it for yourself. There's no way out of here at the moment. Please, wait for me at the motel. Let me conduct some more research.
어딜 가시게요?
Well, obviously I'm unwanted, so I'm going back to the motel for a moment, Rin. I have to investigate further. Don't you want to get out of here?
누가 그렇게 말했다고?
Then go and stay put at the motel. Don't wander off on your own. I deliberately speak a little commanding than I usually do. I wonder how she'll react.
알겠어요.
God damn it, Rin. What? What now, Rin? Rin heads back towards the village, doesn't look all too happy. I look as she leaves, and one thing becomes clear to me than ever before. Rin Che is not as strong and tough as she'd like others to believe she is. On the outside, she tries to project this cool, rational attitude, but in reality, she's superstitious enough to carry talismans around, and she's not above clinging to help once she realizes the odds are against her. In that case, it's best to keep her as quiet as possible to work without any hindrances. Alright, I feel a little bit sorry, but it can't be helped. This is best for everyone. I won't be able to handle Rin otherwise. With this in mind, I'll move towards my next destination. Please let Sumi be the human, for goodness sakes. The bar is fully there with her, but not anyone else. And Rin is the only other person that could be human. The 7th day passed in a flash. Lovely. Now I've got 1 day left. I trudge into my room and take off my jacket. My other clothes soon follow. Then I step into the bathroom and have myself a wonderful luxurious shower. The warm water pours down on my changed body. The shower's actually got better hot water than I do back home. I've chuckled at this funny, albeit quite pathetic realization. So what? I'm not seriously considering staying here any longer, right? Not for the shower anyways. I giggle and sweep my hair back. Ah yeah, it feels good to relax. Ouch. I back away from the shower after a painful burn. What the water suddenly turned incredibly hot. I'm not just imagining this. The water coming from the shower head is actually boiling. It looks like someone's trying to start a fire in here. What the hell is up with that? I carefully reach out and turn off the shower. I make sure not to step on the boiling hot floor. Crikey. I look down at myself. Luckily I didn't get any burns, just some lobster-like skin. Good thing I got out of there before the temperature reached its peak. What a childish idiot. I clean up and get dressed. Yes, speaking about a shower, maybe it's not a good idea to stay here after all. Cursing the devil who's out there laughing at me somewhere. Yeah, keep thinking I'm stupid. Let's see your dumb face when I walk out of here free as a bird. Don't act like you're putting on a facade, for goodness sakes, because they'll find out. They'll find out that you're smarter than you're letting yourself on. I throw myself onto my blanket. Some parts of my body still hurt, but it's not worse than a regular sunburn. Tomorrow's the last day. Once I've finished my regular routine tomorrow and it's past midnight, I'll be on my way out of here together with the real human. Tomorrow's going to be a decisive day. It's going to be hard to sleep well. Oh dear, this could be what they would call it. One day until the selection. November 1st. Hope to get through all of this, and then in the next episode we'll start our second playthrough. I wake up to the familiar sound of an incoming text message. I stay on my back for a while and look at the ceiling with a blank stare. Finally, at last, the 8th day. Actually, might as well call it the last day. I grab my phone right after getting up. The message on it reads 1 day until the selection. This message doesn't really matter, to be honest. I don't let go and hold my phone tight awaiting the second message. And there it is, here it is. Lake. The last murder. That makes this my last trip out into the field. Here we go. This investigation should clear everything up, sorry. I can single out who the culprit was in each case, as well as who the one human is. Rise and shine. My last day begins. This could either be the best ending or one of the worst ones we could ever achieve. Hi there, you. At the counter, the motel owner greets me with a big smile on his face as always.
오늘도 아침부터 일하시는 거요?
Yes, there is much work that needs to be done, dear motel owner. The motel owner, who the hell is he really? A servant of the devil? In on anything, everything, or just a clueless villager? Yeah.
아이고, 쉬엄쉬엄 좀 하시지.
When your life is on the line, you can only have sleep as your break.
일을 열심히 하면 뭐해? 죽거나 다치면 다 의미 없지.
Do not say the word death, thank you very much. Not as if you have a life left, you corpless servant of the devil. I give a cold and abrupt reply and move past him. I don't have time to get caught up in a conversation.
다 의미 없대도.
You call it pointless. Just before I exit the motel, I can hear him mumbling these foreboding words. Let's see what we have. Just because if there's going to be dolls there does not mean it's going to be Sumi. Like, Ring could also summon dolls. The false sense of serenity coming from the lake frustrates me. Maybe it's prettier than I give it credit for, but everything is shrouded in fog. I look at the lake and turn my head. Okay then. Time to locate the last murder site. And the smell of death that I have come to know by now makes me stop for a moment. But unlike before, I'm no longer afraid. Is that because we humans are animals that can adapt? Or because the village's madness is starting to affect me as well? I would say a bit of both. Whew. I take a deep breath and walk towards the foul stench. An unpleasant smell is carried through the air by the lake's water. I cover my mouth and nose with my hands. Just because I'm used to it doesn't mean I feel good about any of this. The origin of the smell is spread out before my eyes. Pierced! That's not brutalized, that's pierced. This is the last murder site. And there's no animals here. There's a doll there. Though used to it by now, it is never a sight that's easy to stomach. I sigh and look away for a moment. Time to get this over with. It's just not looking good for Sumi, I'm not gonna lie. I turn my head and step away from the scene. Time to call it a day. Huh? Oh, I see what you mean by that. Call it a day. Take a deep breath to focus, then take out my phone and start the camera app. I should take a picture providing a general overview of the location first. The cell phone camera flashes. The picture shows the whole lake. Okay, time to take a look around. Look for clues about the monster. Let's see. So, hands. There's a pile of books and envelopes. I rummage through the pile to look for important clues. Unfortunately, I can't find anything of note. Feel strongly frustrated and get back up. Let's see. I thought this picture could be important there, but I guess not. Nothing like here, or with the rubble, or out in the distance. Okay. Let's see, this. Occult summoning symbols are drawn on the flag. I guess the summoning stuff works even on a smaller scale. I analyze this without knowing much about it. I shake my head at the realization. I record the summoning symbols and step back. Okay, alright. Should I keep looking around? Yes, you should. Doll. This is a doll on the boat. It's a really creepy looking doll. Why does it have to be a doll out of all things, and most importantly, what's it doing here? I take a closer look at the doll and finish my recording my findings. Okay? Should I keep looking around? Yes, you should. Okay. An eye on the boat. There's a book on the boat. Take a closer look to see if its contents contain useful information. A Bible again. Bizarre scribbles on every page. Highly intentional blasphemy. Such as a more, but it seems like there's nothing of use to me but to be found, sorry. Put down the book and turn my head. Okay, what else? There's a whiteboard with strange characters written on it. Samont. I get a strange feeling of hate towards myself for possessing such knowledge. I copy what's on the whiteboard, writing it down. Right. Then there's these two things actually. There's a loose piece of paper. There's something written on it. A ship manifest, dates and times related to the vessel. Nope, I doubt that this could be used as evidence. It was clearly written a long time ago, so chances are it won't be helpful at all. I clap my hands to dust with all things stand up. Right, what about this thing here? A long, large stone of sorts. What's up with that? A bench? A chair? Or something like an altar? I search around the stone, but nothing particularly useful catches my eye. I get back up. Okay. So boat itself worthy of taking a picture of, because we've only got the body left, but there's two more things we need to take a picture of. Ah, that. Something. So somewhat concerned, I open the book and check its contents. Is that a last will? Appears to be a suicide note. The way it's written clearly. Ah, madness and fear. Fear, that's the key word that sticks out. There's deception and fear. Those are the two monster types. And the body. Pierced. Seeing the butchered body makes me feel sick. Never before in my career have I witnessed anything this barbaric and cruel. I focus and look at the body again. Something has pierced the body. What kind of savagery is this? Bits and pieces of chunky flesh still hang from the weapon that was used, and the red blood flowing from the wound covers the ground and the sea. I observe the body and record my findings. Alright, should I keep looking around? Nope, that's enough evidence. Case information updated. I make sure that all the pictures are properly saved. After another quick look around, I walk away from the lake with hasty steps. Okay, I leave quickly. I decide to skip breakfast. I'm not hungry. Seeing the corpse disgusts me. So much so that my other senses are all but forgotten for a moment. It's all I can think about. But time for reasoning is just about over. My long investigation comes to a conclude. Is the person I'm thinking about really human? Am I going to make the right choice? I think about my conclusions and move on. Okay, so that bar's gone up. Actually, that's gone up tremendously, because that was about, like, a third of a way. Now it's a long way. Afraid. Fear, Samont. Oh, that's the succubus. Witch. Samont. Summons with dolls, pierces. We don't have a location or monster type. It is Rim that's a human. It is, because she's a monster of deception. Whereas the witch... Damn. It was one way or another, but it's not going to be this case. Let's see. Witch, Samont, doll suffering... sorry, doll offering, pierced, and... School River, that's not it. Damn it. It's not... It rings for human. That's it. We found out... Oh, wait, hold on. Witch, Samont. Summoned with dolls. Pierce. Fear is something that the undead is not. Oh, I see. Hold on. I messed up there. Yeah, I messed up. Okay, that's better. Okay. What I did there was I labelled Rin as a murderer there, but that was not the case. Damn it. I really wanted it to be Sumi as the one that we put our trust in, and she's a human, but I guess not. So in this case, if it's the village, then it's Hannah. If it's the forest, then it's Mina. If it's the river, then it's Nari. If it's the lake, then it's Sumi. So where would the fifth location be? The school, the river, the village, the... Oh gosh, what am I thinking about now? No, that's the abandoned village. I've lost my notes now. Yeah, we need to put our faith in Rin. But I'm still going to select Sumi at the end of the day, because that's what I wanted to go for at the end of the day. Nah, I'm not going to abide by the game. I know it's going to be a bad outcome, but I am not going to abide by the game. Diversity among all this? Okay, I should go see Nari, even though she is the third murderer. I arrive at the forest. Stepping on dead blades of grass, I make my way past the sad, scrawny trees. 1 tree, 2 trees, 3 trees. Normally, I would look for the best outcome. But nah, not in this first playthrough. I'm making it my own. And you get different achievements depending on what end you get. 1 tree, yeah, of course. I move past the 4th one and I recognize from its distant branches. And distinct branches, there she is. I see Nari sitting at her usual spot. I'm really happy to see her and almost joyfully shout her name, but stop myself from potential embarrassment just in time. There are so many things about Nari that I find highly intriguing. I think she's unaware of just how important her presence is to me in a cursed place like this. When I'm with her, I feel totally at ease, like all my burdens are lifted and all the pressure disappears. Whether I'm rambling about unimportant stuff or pouring my heart out over deep topics, she's always there to listen. It may not sound like a big deal at first, but it's a huge source of strength for me. But there is still so much about Nari that's a mystery to me, which is why I want to spend more time with her and get to know her better. Nari? What I'm seeing is unexpected and makes me turn quiet. Depression? What's that medicine she's taking? Is she sick? Nari puts some medicine in her mouth, takes a sip of water, and right at that moment our eyes meet. Nari, okay? Taken by surprise, Nari spews water like a fountain and starts violently coughing, and I instantly start patting her back. Her cough lasts for a good 5 minutes before finally disappearing.
준성이 너?
Yes, what about me?
또 훔쳐봤어?
No, I was not peeping, I just arrived here actually. What a... No. No, it's not like that, I swear.
깜짝이야.
How comes?
다음엔 오면 왔다고 좀 해.
You're just like Rin. Tell me, just say something and tell me you're here. But we're gonna equally as frighten you as if we were just standing there, you know? Nari holds her chest to calm her racing heart, still patting her back. My gaze shifts towards the white pillbox lying on the ground. Noticing what I'm staring at, Nari looks at it as well. Right before picking it up and putting it in her bag in one swift motion.
미안. 혼자 먹으려던 건 아닌데.
You're not meant to really do that when it comes to swallowing pills. Huh?
짜잔.
Trying to distract us with these. I feel guilty for eating them last time.
같이 먹을래?
I suppose. Amazing, she's turned the pill box into snacks. Maybe she thinks I'm a child who falls for magic tricks. But why does she want me to see the pills? What was that medicine you took? Ah. Deep. I don't want to intrude, and this is not what I came to talk about, but I'm worried about Nara's health. Come to think of it, she already mentioned health-related reasons for being here when we first met, sorry.
그렇게 안 생겨서 눈치 빠르네.
What? I'm sorry.
그렇게 궁금해?
I can't help but be curious. No, it's alright. You don't have to tell me if you don't want to.
아니야. 생각해보니 이미 발작 증세도 한번 보였고.
Symptoms of what exactly?
너도 알아두는 게 낫겠네.
Okay.
아까 그건 수면 발작을 막아주는 약이야.
So it's more than just nightmares. Sleep attacks?
기면증이라고 하면 좀
Narcolepsy.
알겠어? 나 기면증이 있어.
Narcoleptic.
갑자기 잠들어 버리는 병.
That one, okay. That is the condition I was wondering about last time, because she just fell asleep when we was talking to her. But not like she was bored of our story, but because of this condition. Narcolepsy. I've definitely heard of the term a lot. I have only seen it in movies and dramas. So sitting right in front of someone who suffers from it is new to me. So that medicine you're taking helps you stay awake?
프로비질이라는 약인데 올해는 못 가.
Modafinil. Effects don't last long. Damn.
내 체질이 그렇다더라.
Nari takes the pill out of her bag and shows them to me. As I look at it, a lot of thoughts run through my mind. I got an answer now, but I feel bad for seemingly having forced Nari to tell me even though she didn't want to. You did offer her the choice to not tell you, you know. That's what you did, but it must be extremely difficult to manage. Just suddenly falling asleep like that at any moment.
내가 뭘 주변 사람들이 고생했지.
How? Nari shows me a light smile. I don't know what to say. It's almost as if she smiles to remind herself to stay strong.
무슨 일을 하려고 해도 항상 위험을 동반했어.
A constant risk.
스스로 어떻게든 해보려는 용기는 늘 민폐로 이어졌지.
Do not say that you're a nuisance, Nari.
어딜 나가는 것조차 위험해서 혼자 못하고 밖에서 일을 한다는 건 상상도 못해.
So do you mainly do work on the inside?
하다못해
Inside, I mean.
국을 끓이려다가 잠들어 버리는 바람에 불이 날 뻔한 적도 있어.
Damn. Now that is bad, but not intentionally. I'm so sorry, I didn't know.
괜찮아. 표정 풀어.
Sometimes you feel guilty though about having to remind yourself and to someone that you barely know of this kind of condition.
이젠 그럴 일 없으니까.
But narcolepsy is not in the past, you know. It's a constant horror. Naya seems to have chosen nursing because she doesn't want to cause others any trouble. All of this makes me curious about her younger brother. Did he accompany her all the way out here? Maybe they got separated by the fog. Or maybe he couldn't join her on this last trip for some reason. Now, the main reason why she was selected over her brother is because the game premises will not decide that you could possibly, quote-unquote, date 4 demonesses and 1 demon over 5 demonesses and no demons. I don't like either of these conclusions. I'm curious, but asking about her brother is difficult for me. Perhaps the next time. You must be bored alone.
심심하긴. 오히려 마음이 편해서 좋지.
There's some peace of being on your own though.
책도 좀 가져왔고.
Lots of knowledge. That sounds just like the Nari I've come to know. She's a kind, quiet person, so maybe she really does prefer to be alone and feels more comfortable that way. So I guess you really, really like books.
유일한 취미였어.
Only hobby you have? Wow. When I was a kid, I read a lot of the classics.
정말? 좋아하는 작가 있었어?
Let's see, well, maybe love is a little too much, sorry. Interested, but not fascinated or have an obsession with them. You know, not like a religious cult-like obsession with something.
무난하게 셰익스피어?
Oh gosh, Shakespeare, not that one. Dumas, actually.
말하면 몬테크리스토 백작?
I bet anything else would be more interesting than Shakespeare. I actually preferred the 3 Musketeers over that. Musketeers. Get it correct, Flare. I must have read it like 10 times.
왠지 닮았네.
Oh really? Do you call me a musketeer then? Suits me, how?
멋지잖아, 달타냥.
Sounds French.
자신감도 저력도 정의감도.
No prejudice to French, it's difficulty pronouncing the name. Confidence, justice, strength. I know, the wrong order.
그리고 무엇보다 믿음직한 동료들이 있는 점이 너랑 닮았어.
I like that. You're somebody that others can rely on. Hearing her say this makes me feel a little guilty, and I bet you watching right now can not anchor yourself to me, but somewhat rely on me to... Anyway, let's move on. Provide content that you can enjoy. Sure, all those values are precious, and I truly did believe in them once. But, am I still the same person now? Right. He's really cool. I muttered something without really giving it much thought. There's an awkward moment of silence. There's no doubt that Nari can tell by my expression that thinking about the past bothers me, and yet she doesn't ask me anything, doesn't pry. That's why I enjoy my time with Nari so much. Thank you.
갑자기 뭐가?
It's nothing. I'm just glad to have met you here, and that we can talk like this, you know?
거기서 더 말하면 오늘 자기 직전에 생각날걸?
What? Do not say that! What's that supposed to mean?
과자나 먹어. 조용히 하는데 도움될 거야.
Well, you're gonna do that anyways when you transform into a succubus on the last day. She has a really good point there. I stuff a delicious cookie in my mouth without hesitation. Fresh, sweet, slightly gooey chocolate. Amazing. I think about it past a little while chewing on it. When I messed up and got reprimanded for spreading misinformation, there was someone who really helped me a lot. The reporter Hosik Cho, a colleague of mine who, unlike me, wasn't a newcomer but a real veteran. I quickly befriended him before I knew it. He had become someone I could confide in and ask for advice. Of course, my opinion of Hosik nowadays is a lot different. Just think about what Hana had told me is enough to make... Oh, so these stories do kind of clash with one another. Did Hosik really stoop to such lows just for some quick fame? All of that is, of course, assuming that Hannah's telling the truth. But no, this isn't worth a headache right now. Hosik once recommended a book to me when I felt really down. The Boy's Garden. I had my doubts at first, but it's pretty much a fairy tale for grown-up readers that's written in easy to understand fashion. The book's protagonist is a young man, much like yourself. He's the caretaker of the garden. Okay, this is where the story diverges for these two people. It's a big one where he grows beautiful flowers. Standing in his garden, he notices that the nearby village is a bleak, sad place. The people there are always busy, always in a hurry, and they never laugh. Everything is grey and desolate, like the situation we have right now with this village. Seeing this, he makes a decision one day. I'm going to make this a beautiful, colourful place. From that point on, he starts growing the most beautiful flowers imaginable in his garden. And...
내가 너무 오래 붙잡지 않았어?
What? Oh my, I hope I haven't been keeping you too long already. Oh. Hearing Nari's words makes me snap back into reality. Oh dear, my thoughts about the book vanish. I forgot what the word is called when you succumb into your own deep thoughts. Reverie? I forgot what that word is called. I'm sure you're still very busy, right, Sunjan? Yeah, right. Work and busy. Very rambling gibberish. I stand up. Nari is right. There's still a lot of work left for me to do around here. Spending time with Nari is always so relaxing that I completely forget about the urgency of my current predicament.
난 내일도 여기 있을 것 같아.
You think you'll be back here again tomorrow? Huh?
그냥
You just what?
맘 편하게 털어놓고 싶은 일 있으면 언제든지 오라고.
How about no?
몇 시에 있을지는 비밀이지만.
But what time exactly is going to remain my little secret? Don't laugh at your own jokes. If only she could shape that habit, she'd really be perfect. I grab my backpack and sling it over my shoulder. Nari stares at me quietly. Somehow I get a feeling that she doesn't want to let me go just yet. I'll be on my way now.
조심히 가, 준성아.
Nari waves and I wave back. I walk away with insecure steps and a heavy heart. Walking through the forest, I think about today's conversation. I would have never expected her from a condition that makes her feel so helpless, narcolepsy. Is she really happier than before now that she's isolated herself? I truly don't know. I try not to think about it too much as I head to my next destination. The next destination shall be after my morning routine. I go to the restaurant for lunch. Stepping outside after lunch, I see a scene slightly different than usual in front of me. The villagers are hastily wandering about. They are all smiling. It seems like they are wholly convinced they'll achieve their goals soon. Yeah, they'd like that, huh? They just want me to quietly lie down and die. I'm not going down that easily, believe you me. I'll wipe the smiles off of these damn faces soon enough. And I shall be ridded of my own existence as well, when I choose the one that I put the most trust in out of this village, only for her to eradicate me as well. By the way, what now? Usually I go exploring the village right about now. However, my usual routine has been ruined, which makes me quite anxious. Should I return to the motel and analyze the current situation? That doesn't seem like a bad idea, so I head straight back to the motel. And then... what's going on? I can't see the motel owner anywhere. He's the owner, and I've never seen him leave the counter before. Where has he gone? I take a confused look around and walk upstairs. I stop abruptly. Yeah, there's a door open there. I'm pretty sure I just heard something. I focus and listen carefully. I can hear footsteps. Heavy, dull footsteps. Is that the motel owner? I look around. Although there's no actual need to hide just yet, I hide myself next to the stairs on the third floor. I'm curious. If those footsteps are really the motel owner's, then what the hell is he doing away from the counter? And does it involve me in any way? It doesn't take long for the motel owner to appear. He's walking out of a room at the far end of the hallway. That's an empty room that no one is using. Jeez. He's heading my way, and I hide upstairs to keep him from noticing me. After watching him disappear downstairs, I slowly and carefully make my way back down. I look at the room that he just walked out of. Maybe my curiosity is misplaced. It could just turn out to be a meaningless waste of time. But then again, something very important could be hidden away in there. You're gonna let curiosity get the better of you. I slightly head to the room. Now just what was the motel owner doing in there? Oh. That's not normal, you know. I stop all of a sudden. Obviously I'm certain that I entered an empty room. Yet I find myself standing in a cave. What the hell? This damn town is like a checklist of all things weird. And I'm going through the whole damn thing. Tick. 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 Candles, tick. Hanging, whatever they are, tick. I'm not going to try and put a name on them. What is this? Oh. Out of nowhere, a loud ringing sound resonates in my head. Am I just imagining things? I turn my head towards where the sound is coming from. The candles are lit. There's no one there. However, for some reason the cave feels a little brighter. Another one. Another strange sound rapidly spreads through my head. It's a strange feeling simply because it's unknown to me, but surprisingly it doesn't feel like something to be scared of. The sound carries a weird feeling of familiarity. This is. The sound in my head is accepted and interrupted by my brain as a voice, and the voice tells me an incredible story. So you are the guardian spirit of this area, who was protecting the village before it was abandoned, and you're being held here and watched by the motel owner. I talk as if to confirm what I have just been told, but there's no reply. I keep talking as I look around the cave. What is this room? Another voice. The sound echoes in my head once again. This time the sound is saying something that is very difficult to understand. Look around. It seems that this place is one where there are hidden stories about Novena Diabolos. Every time I stop by here, a new story will be revealed, and perhaps I can learn more about the demons and monsters that surround me. So you're saying I'll be stopping by here again in the future? Yes? The sound grows more faint as if to say goodbye, and fades away along with the light illuminating the cave. The bright cave is dull and dark once more, making the whole experience feel like nothing more than a fading dream. I'm not sure why, but my gut feeling tells me the inside of this cave is worth exploring. Okay then, let's see what I can find. Let's investigate the strange cave. If we can't explore around the town, then we can explore within one of the rooms. Let's see. There's some sort of cloth tied to a rope. I check it out. Something is strange. I can feel my hands tingling like it's emanating some sort of energy. And it's emitting, not emanating. I mumble to myself and take a look at the vast space, but it's empty. I can't think of anything else. I turn my head away. Let's see. The wood? The wood is piled up. The grain is rough. It looks like I'll catch splinters. There are no gloves around. It looks like there's no other way. I try to avoid the rough patches and carefully search around. And I search around for quite a while. I brush the dirt and debris off of me and take a look at my discovery. Hold on. Succubus Summoning Diaries, the last volume. So this would be in here then. So this is the last of the books. What fate did the nobleman trying to summon the succubus meet? I'll find out by reading through it. Too bad it looks like I won't get more information about the monster. I'll put the book in my bag so I can read it later. Okay then, should I take another look elsewhere? We should do that. The thing is though, would this part of the game uncover a different location based on who is the murderer? Or who is the human actually? Or the combination of murders? There's a wooden piece of furniture. I hold my breath under the assumption that it's full of dust. But much to my surprise, there's no dust at all. This is surprisingly clean. I sweep my fingers across the surface. No dust. I then proceed to open it up. Vampire Hunter's record end. Vampire Investigation Records, the last volume. So that's the last of the books. What happened to the Vampire Hunter? Guess I'll find out by reading this book. Too bad it looks like I won't get more information about the monster. I stash the book and take it with me. I'll read it later. So should I take another look at elsewhere? Yeah, we should. We definitely should. There's a cabinet with drawers over to the left. It might be behind my webcam. Well, it looks very old and will be hard to open up even if I apply force. Open up all these drawers is going to take some time. I crack my knuckles and stretch my hands. This will require my strength. Okay, I thought I needed some quick time event sort of thing. I check out all the drawers. Most of them are empty. But there's one thing that catches my attention. A letter source. Letter written on a piece of paper. I take my time to read the letter. Apparently, this letter was written by the spirit that spoke to me earlier. The spirit guardian of the village that has now been left abandoned, who was unable to do anything against the disease that befell the village, and had to watch its inhabitants leave. The divine spirit is curious about what really happened in the village that was under its protection. I guess it falls on me to tell the whole story. A letter from the divine spirit. I carefully stash the letter to take it with me. I need to take my time to meticulously read through it. Okay, then maybe I should take another look elsewhere. We should. So, not the drawers. Nothing else of note. Okay, this eye. I'll look at the altar in the cave center. It draws my attention. All this occult knowledge was forced into my head, but I don't know anything about this altar. I carefully examine every corner of the altar. However, I can't find anything. I lift my head back up. This is a waste of time. I think that's all there is for me to find. I stand up and take another quick look around, then step out of the cave. And now we're here. Phew! Upon leaving the cave, the hallway extending in front of me feels like an illusion. What on earth is this cave all about? I wonder how long I was in there. I instinctively look at the clock. Wow, more time has passed than I would have assumed. Already? Bewildered and confused, I run out of a motel. And, wow. Turns out the clock isn't broken. The sun is really already going down. I must have been in that cave a lot longer than it felt like. Time passed without me noticing. I calculate how much time I have left. I think I only have time to meet one person before sunset. Okay. I move quickly before knowing all too well that thinking too much is only going to cost me precious time. Let's see, the last person I will meet up with is... We do have only 1 point left. Narcoleptic. Gamer. You. In my second playthrough, I may prioritize... Actually, I will prioritize Mina, actually. So, Hannah. It just means that I will be able to get one more thing as a surprise for me in a second playthrough. Go. Even though we know you're the first murderer, because you appeared first. Okay, I should go see Hannah. Before meeting with Hannah, I go over everything I found once more. Nothing I found has anything to do with that list we're looking for. There's not much I'll be able to tell her. On my way to our meeting spot, I feel like a student who hasn't done his homework and is about to show up empty-handed. Do not worry, though. I arrive at my destination.
왔어요?
Yes, thank you. Hannah is already there. She's been waiting for me. Or rather, for the information she hopes I've gathered. So, Miss Teacher, no homework here, just excuses. I slowly approach Hannah, ready to get reprimanded. Hey there.
마을 외곽에 있는 회관 알아요?
Did you know about hall just outside the village? No? What hall?
꽤 큰 마을 회관이 있어요.
I thought this was a village, not a town.
그런 곳이라면 주민 명단을 만들어 관리하지 않을까요?
Could be the case. A town hall. Personally, I think we should be on the lookout for religious facilities. But I came here without any new info whatsoever, so who am I to talk? That's certainly possible, yeah.
지금으로선 가능성도 사치예요. 우선 조사해보죠.
Good idea, Fox Spirit. You sure sound ready for action. I mumble under my breath and follow Hannah at a fast pace. Let's see. So you haven't been in there yourself yet?
주민들의 방문 빈도가 잦고 불규칙적이라 혼자선 위험해요.
Yep, irregular times, especially now that the curfew's
한 명이
changed.
망을 보고 한 명이 움직여야 할 것 같더라고요.
You sure that's the best idea? It is only now that I notice Hannah sounds quite exhausted. She's probably been preoccupied with how to infiltrate the town hall right up until now. I feel sorry now because of how little I've contributed. I was so busy checking out all the other important places. As a result, I left Hannah with all the workload of our investigation. We both don't say anything as we walk. She's tired, and I'm not brave enough to apologize.
여기에요.
Over there, you say? The town hall isn't that big. Would you call it a village hall then? Hope Hill Village isn't exactly a sprawling metropolis, so that makes sense. A short distance from the town hall's entrance is a road leading towards the village. A couple of villagers appear to be taking a break there. They are quite far away from the town hall, but with the open road they've got a clear line of sight on the main entrance. Front door's out of the question.
따라와요.
Where are you going?
저쪽에 뒷문이 있어요. 그쪽으로 가죠.
Hannah seems to have already come up with a plan on how to get inside. I'm thankful that she's so reliable and admire her tenacity, but there's still that lingering feeling of regret because I haven't been of any help. Shut up, you. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Just shut up, shut up, shut up. The town hall's interior is big enough to accommodate pretty much all the villagers. I wonder what they talk about during meetings. Religious sermons? The newest K-dramas, like normal people?
준성 씨는 정문 쪽 망 좀 봐줘요. 제가 둘러볼 테니.
Thank you. We'll do that. Sure thing. But I've only met her recently. I can feel I can tell quite a bit about Hannah's personality. Strong-willed, a leader, always one step ahead. Unlike most people, doesn't seem arrogant or overconfident in her case. To me, it seems like she's always been a loner, working on her own. I'm not too sure I like that, but can't you relate that to yourself in a way? Seen Hannah like this? I can't help but feel like I'm staring into a mirror. I sigh and try not to dwell on it. I walk towards the front door to keep an eye on the main entrance. I press myself against the wall nearby and focus on what's going on outside. Gotta do my job properly. It's been about 5 minutes now. I'm nervous and my neck feels stiff. I move my head back and forth to loosen my muscles a little. I sure hope getting out of here will be as easy as getting in. I can hear footsteps. Hoping I might have just misheard. I concentrate and focus solely on listening. I see, so that's what actually happened. Exactly, you've been lied to all your life. That's definitely people talking. Sounds like two voices, and they're headed this way. I can't see them. Aren't they coming from the front entrance? I make my way back to Hannah as quickly as possible, all while being extra careful not to make any noise.
왜 이쪽으로?
Shh.
이 소린.
Yep. Upon hearing footsteps, Hannah realizes the urgency of the situation. I move my lips without making a sound. We've got to hide.
저기 방에 숨을까요?
What about that room? What if they go in there?
그럼 어쩌게요?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, that. I look around and notice a closet nearby. There's going to be a lack of, I don't know, space? The closet's empty. I think it looks big enough for the two of us to hide inside. The footsteps draw closer and closer to us. Our lips speed up as we anxiously try to communicate. This closet.
거기
Yes.
너무 좁잖아.
It's not too narrow. Blame whoever built it, not me.
차라리 저 방에.
I don't vote for the room. The room's too far away. Hannah runs towards the door reading secretary next to the closet. And that's closed, isn't it? The door doesn't open. Hannah's face turns redder than a landscape shot of Mars. There's no time, hurry. I grab Hannah's wrist and step inside the closet. My heart is pounding. This is how sardines must feel. I inhale deeply to slow my heartbeat. There's the closet smell of old wood, but also another unfamiliar scent. This scent, Hannah. It's warm and soft, almost like skin after a fresh shower. Here we are. In this scene. In that scene. It is only at this moment that I realise how tightly I'm pressed up against Hannah. There is no other choice. This goddamn scenario has brought us here. My heart starts pounding again, this time for a different reason. Do not do that, my mans. Hannah would undoubtedly feel and hear my heartbeat. I really didn't plan for things to end up like this, but my heart just does its own thing. I look at her and try to read her expression. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like she's noticed my rapid heartbeat.
좀 진정해요.
I'm trying my best, man. Woman. Oh, so it turns out she actually did notice. I don't really know what to say, just nod my head. Although another thought pops in my mind, one that would be considered exceptionally creepy under normal circumstances. This natural feel of her skin, its smooth texture that's clearly visible while when looking closely. Could a monster, an evil demoness, even actually look like this? Yes. Or could this be a perfect disguise? Yes. To distract from her true identity? Yes. Are we the lost ones? My thoughts are interrupted by the sound of a man's voice. Upon hearing the voice, I'm brought back to reality. This time my heart doesn't beat fast, quite the contrary. Rather than simply slowing down, it feels like my heart has actually stopped beating altogether. Looks like all the others have left already. But Mr. Park's not here yet. I was told he'd be here. Oh, really? Hey, why is that locked? Step away, Mr. Kim. Must have locked it. Alright, that's it. From what I can tell, the two men are carrying something while talking to each other. Though it may sound like a regular conversation at first, they are speaking slower than usual and are out of breath, which gives me an idea of the condition the men are in. I can feel my heart starting to beat faster again. By the way, about the other thing. Huh? Oh, you mean? Yeah. How do they even do it? Don't concern yourself with that. They do their own thing. Let them be. Better to stay out of it. Isn't that obvious? Is it all about the ritual? Well, anyway, young folks these days lack true faith. That's just the fact. We lack blindfolded truth. Don't even say that. Those poor lost souls. I pray for their salvation. Here, that's it. Park will come here for the rest. He's always late. He'll be here soon. Let's get out of here. I hear something again. The sound of footsteps moving away. Slowly becomes more faint, then disappears. With the sound completely gone, I sigh and attempt to exit. Oh! Naturally, we can't open it from the inside.
잠깐만,
Yes?
좀 기다려요. 혹시 모르잖아요.
Hannah looks serious and carefully peeks through the closet's small gap. I look at her while she does so. Hannah truly is a wondrous personnel. I know it's not exactly the right moment, but being trapped in such a tight space, it's pretty much impossible for me not to notice. I'm lucky she can't read my mind. This is a new level of pathetic even for me. Oh dear, I can feel the blood rushing to my head. So I preemptively turn it away to look to the other side. After a few minutes that feels like an eternity, we decide to step out of the closet. And alas, our surroundings are still dead quiet.
아무도 없는 것 같죠?
I hope so. Yeah, I don't think anyone's still around.
아까 그 사람들 뭐라고 했던 걸까요?
We're talking about a person named Park. Possibly us, sorry. I recall the villagers' conversation. It's obviously a cause of concern, but now's not the right time for an in-depth analysis. I'm not too sure, but I've definitely heard them say Mr. Park will be here soon.
보채지 마요. 깊게 생각해보잔 소리 아니었으니. 서두르죠. 아까 보니 관리 사무실 문도 열린 모양이에요.
Excellent.
전 저길 찾아볼 테니 준성 씨는 망 좀 부탁해요.
Another eye out. Okay. Hannah quickly makes her way inside the previously locked room. I lean against the wall. From there I can see both the front and back entrances at the same time. Yes, man. just keeping an eye out. With my arms folded, I stand there and keep watch while talking to myself. Oh, duh. After 3 minutes pass that way, I take turns checking each direction to make sure there are no unwanted guests. Maybe it's because I've been focusing so intensely, but I start to feel really tired. I twiddle my thumbs to keep my mind occupied, and that's when things escalate all of a sudden. Uh-oh. I hear the door being opened loudly and quickly turn around to see what's going on. Hannah is running towards me and looks absolutely terrified. Something there? What's going on? Okay. Definitely looks very, very bad. What? Hey, wait! I lose my balance and bump into the furniture next to me, and Hannah sprints towards me. All the clutter falls down to the ground and shatters, making a lot of noise. Yes. I try to avoid stepping on any shards and turn my head to look inside the door to check out what made Hannah panic. Sorry. What? One of those again. There's a strange thing dressed in what looks like a priest's robe. Very slowly, it's approaching, phasing through the wall. An entity of pure horror and malice. We're in grave danger. One glance is enough to know how much trouble we're in right now. Also, I remember these are powerful beings and that humans are utterly helpless against them. How do I know that? Where did I hear that? I really don't know. Not that it's important right now. Crap! What happens? So whatever happens, I have to stay away from that thing. But... Hannah, wait, slow down. I try to stay as calm as the situation allows and manage to stop Hannah. Hannah looks at me and I point my finger in the direction she was headed to focus her attention. Who's there? Is that you, Horn? Did you screw up again? No, I'm over here, it wasn't me. Then what was all that ruckus just now? I can hear multiple people gathering. I try to block the loud noise, but the villagers are starting to flock to this place. They seem to be coming from the main entrance. If we had kept running that way, it would have caused us to run straight into them. Hannah's face turns a little red, probably because she realizes how big of a mistake she's almost made. I doubt even elite level lawyers are trained for this kind of situation, but then again, who is? We go through the back entrance. I turn around to take a look behind me. The masked, robe-wearing entity is getting closer. Let's run towards the forest. Filled with desperation, I look at the back door. And on my signal, we both start running towards the woods at full speed. Who was that? They went that way. I can hear the villagers shouting behind me. I can't waste a single second looking back. Hannah and I sprint through the forest like our lives depend on it, because they do. It's okay. It's only been about a minute, but sprinting at full speed has already made me lose my breath. We are both moving a lot slower now, and I can still hear footsteps and voices coming from behind us. Granted, they sound pretty far away, but they are slowly but surely getting closer. We have to run faster. If only we could get out of this forest. Yes, Hannah? Hannah fell. Hannah's foot gets caught on something, causing her to fall down. Yeah, but that snap doesn't sound too good at all. I doubt standing up is going to be easy though. Yeah, I thought so. That looks bad. Is it your ankle? Yep. Hannah looks down at her ankle and tries to move her foot, but to no avail. I look up and check behind us. We can't stop here. We're not safe from the villagers chasing us yet. I doubt they would simply kill us on the spot if they caught us like this. Our role in their grand plan is too important for that to happen. However, it would be a massive hindrance to any of my survival plans. I've gone to great lengths to ensure that they think they're successfully deceiving me. I can't afford to get caught and have that advantage ruined. Get up quickly! I'll support you, you can lean on me.
좀 진정해요. 이러서야 둘 다 잡혀.
Hannah steadies her breath and looks around.
저기 보여요?
What about that over there? There's a small pit. It looks like it could barely fit one person. No way. You want to hide in there?
말했잖아요. 이대로면 둘 다 차라리 제가 저기 숨어 있고 준성 씨 혼자 도망가는 게 나아요.
Not with that ankle of yours. But Hannah, that's way too dangerous. If they search around here, they'll find you in no time.
아니요. 그렇게까지 수고스럽게 수색은 안 할 거예요.
Yeah, they'll just go to where the voices
저
are.
사람들은 그냥 수상한 소리를 확인하려는 것뿐이지.
Exactly.
목적을 가지고 필사적으로 찾는 건 아니잖아요.
They're just hearing out the sounds, not looking around them.
하지만 이대로 날 부축하면서 걸어가면 진짜 들킬 거예요.
Yeah, because we'll move at such a speed in which they'll just catch us in no time.
이게 최선이에요.
What an incredibly cruel dilemma. I can hear Hannah's voice trembling. Though she's trying to appear confident, it's clear that this is incredibly hard for her. I feel like I'm responsible for this predicament because I tried to hurry things along too much. No, it's because of nature. That thought only makes leaving Hannah behind an even harder decision. I look back. I can hear their voices, but villagers are getting closer. Damn it! Damn it, here we go. Come on, I'll help you get over there. I understand it hurts. Slow down. You're stubborn. Really, really stubborn.
은근슬쩍 반문하지 마요.
Just making observations, talking to myself. Your temper is something else.
내가 언제요?
Not right now. Not fair, you'd win. Alright, hide over there and remember the spot.
죄송해요. 짐이 되려던 건.
It wasn't in the plan, and you don't want to be a burden. Save it for later. Just be careful and stay safe. And don't say anything. I sat Hannah down in front of a pit. Hannah bends down and carefully enters the pit. Fortunately, the pit is deep enough to hide Hannah quite nicely. But I'm still really concerned about her ankle.
빨리 가요. 난 괜찮을 거니까.
We'll meet back at our usual spot. Hannah nods, and I pick up branches and fallen leaves to cover the pit with an improvised, natural-looking lid. Okay, this should keep them from finding her anytime soon. Having finished my concealment work on the pit, I run off in the opposite direction. A fair distance away from the pit, I kick a nearby tree as hard as I can. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hey, did you hear that too? What is it? Come on, guys, my foot already feels like a drumstick. Those sounds, can't you hear it? That way, over there. I can hear the men running towards me. That should do the trick. I'll start running again. I can feel my sore legs doing their best for one final push. Alright, I have to get out of this forest. After it's all said and done, I'll have to act like nothing ever happened. Exactly. I have to think carefully. Thinking carefully. Whew, jeez. Arriving back at the village, I lean against the wall of a nearby building and try to catch my breath. The cold breeze hits my warm, sweaty body and cools me down. I adjust my jacket a little and wipe off the sweat on my forehead. Damn it, they got away. You sure they're here? Who'd be stupid enough to hit right into town? We still have to check it out. I hide and then check where the voices are coming from. Off in the distance I can see two men. Did they come all the way from the town hall? They're out of breath and are looking around anxiously. What should I do? Just stay hidden like this? But maybe waltzing around like nothing just happened would actually work. I'll stay hidden and quietly observe. No time for risky nonsense, I'll just hide. I'll pay close attention to every single move the two men make. So was it two people, right? Yeah, at least I think so. I don't get it. Who the hell could it have been? One of ours wouldn't have run right. No, you're right. No way. You think another heretic has appeared? Shh, keep it down. Don't ever say such things out loud. I don't care, this is important. The ritual is in its last stages, but if there isn't a heretic in our midst, I'll have to let the administration know. You want to tell them? But what if all that does is make us look bad? Why, we did our job properly, right? Let's just hurry. The two men walk off to somewhere else after their conversation. Administration could be the motel owner. Heretic. There's another one. I think they're just saying that out loud. I wouldn't absorb that as crucial information. I stay in my hiding spot and think about what I just heard. No matter how hard I try, it's difficult to piece everything together. I shake my head to clear my thoughts a little. I guess what really counts here is that they said they didn't find anyone. Hannah appears to be safe. Thank God. I should meet up with her back at our usual spot once some time has passed. We could do that with in mind. I head towards my next destination. wherever that may be. We've run out of meeting points and navigation points. Selection day. Ooh. It is time. The 8th day is over. It's time for me to make my choice. I pack up my things. I never carried much luggage around in the first place. I stuff some more things in my backpack, then sit down next to it. So this is really it, huh? Once I've made my final choice, I'm getting the hell out of this town. 9 long days of madness will finally come to an end. Right at the moment, my phone suddenly rings. It's like a teasing sign urging me to hurry up with my decision. So the day's finally here. The day where I have to choose. There is no need to rush this. This choice is the biggest I've ever had to make. It's life or death. Before making my final decision, I decided to go over the clues I've gathered once again. This choice is the last one. I have to carefully pick who I think the human woman is. You know, for goodness sakes. Oh, dearie me. Well, I'm doing it, for goodness sakes. Sumi Choi. Sumi technically isn't a real human. She's the ghost of a schoolgirl that died a long time ago when a mysterious illness decimated the village she lived in. My own conclusions led me to believe that Sumi isn't the culprit in the various murder cases around here, but the last murder cases. In more direct words, Sumi is not a witch trying to deceive and kill me. Looking at all the evidence I've gathered so far again has helped me finally make up my mind. Alright, time to pay Sumi a visit. Sumi's room happens to be right in front of mine. It's just past midnight. We have to get out of here before it's too late. I raise my hand to knock on her door. I can't help but feel watched, so I nervously look around before I do. The empty hallway seems longer than usual. It's as if I can hear my own breath echoing in the emptiness. Under pressure and low on time, I actually knock on Sumi's door.
누구?
It's me, Jun-san. Hello. Sumi, your body. Her body, it looks even more transparent than it did previously.
무슨 일인데?
It's nothing. Though her faint appearance confuses me, I quickly come to my senses. I have to remain focused. I can't afford to let my mind wander now. We have to go now.
지금?
Yes. Yeah, we have to be quick about it, before anyone notices us.
너 괜찮아?
I am fine. Sumi asked me in a worried voice. Damn. Guess I'm doing a really bad job pretending to be calm and cool about all this. I'm okay. Anyway, we have to move. I'll explain everything to you on the way. Let's go. I reach out to Sumi. Sumi hesitates. She seems overwhelmed by the sudden urgency. I speak to her in a loud voice once again. Come on. Let's get out of here and go see Gensuk.
응.
Sumi takes my hand. I'm really thankful for Sumi putting so much trust in me. Holding her transparent hand. We're on our way to leave the motel as quietly and quickly as possible. We carefully approach the motel's reception counter. The motel owner is probably asleep. I keep every single step as quiet as I possibly can. Okay, I did not expect that. Hi. I could barely contain a high-pitched scream. It's a motel owner, sitting right there at his usual spot like he always does. What's the meaning of this? Has he been watching me this whole time? Something about the motel owner is weird. Yeah, his eyes. He's blindly staring straight ahead with blank, empty eyes. There's a complete lack of focus and he doesn't even blink once. As if he's more of a human-shaped object rather than a living being. We make our way past the motel owner. A discarded, used-up tool. That's the impression I get when I look at him. We leave the motel. No villagers or hooded priests are anywhere to be seen. That's a relief. We need to hurry and remain unnoticed.
박준성.
Yes, Sumi? Huh? Sumi suddenly stops. Maybe she's scared? I think she's turned even more transparent. What is it?
몸이 안 움직여.
What do you mean you can't move? What? Something's wrong here. I take a closer look at Sumi. Her body seems frozen all over. Upon closer inspection, it actually looks like she's floating in the air. Sumi, she's slowly fading away. No, this can't be. Here, jump on my back. I turn around and lean over. Sumi hesitates for a short moment. Hesitates, sorry. Then jumps on my back and presses against it.
미안.
You don't have to be sorry. You have nothing to be sorry about. Sumi's body is almost completely weightless. I thought she felt light back then, but this is different. She feels like a feather. I'm not just imagining it either. Sumi is slowly disappearing. There's no doubt about it. I start walking again, this time with quicker steps. I have to hurry. At last we arrive at the same spot where I had been led around in circles during my previous escape attempt. The fog is dark and thick, so much so that no sane person would ever willingly dare enter it. Sumi has been quiet for quite a while now. Could that mean she's going to disappear soon? I can't afford to show any sign of weakness right now. After taking a deep breath, I step into the fog with brave, determined steps. Ooh. There's no one in sight at all. I feel like I've been wandering through the fog for a long time now. Yet, it's as if we've been running in circles. My legs are shaking. My entire body is soaked in cold, sticky sweat. I had to pause for a moment. Every single step feels awfully tiring. It does indeed. But it's that darkness on the bottom of the screen that's scary. I feel dizzy and rub my eyes, hoping to make the blurriness go away. Sumi? I swear I just heard her say something. Why won't she answer? At that moment, I remember that Sumi is a shaman. That makes me wonder, maybe Sumi possesses the ability to disperse this fog somehow. I turn my head to look at Sumi. She's not there. I am a little scared. I can hear Sumi's voice in the air around me. What's going on? What are you talking about?
공포, 절망.
그런 부정적인 감정들이 마물들의 힘을 배가시키지.
This is a transformation.
네가 그럴수록 이 안개에서 벗어날 수 없을 거다.
Thanks. But that's not what I want.
맞아. 평범한 인간은 본능적으로 끌어나오는 감정을 제어할 수 없어.
Okay, so what are you trying to imply, Sumi?
넌 그래서 죽는 거야.
What?
나의 어린 소녀가 절망적인 일을 겪었다는 것을 알면
Multiple Sumis.
거기서 나오는 연민과 보호 본능이 다른 마음을 덮어버리지.
Thank you.
우연히 발견한 빈 공책을 일기장이라고 믿기도 하고 아무것도 없는 장소에 은행나무가 있다고 착각하기도 하지. 하지만 거기에 대해 의심하지 못해.
I'm being given multiple messages at the same time. A mere mirage.
평범한 인간은 그저 눈앞의 어린 소녀를 구원하고 싶어 하니까.
More like curiosity rather than a desire to save. And now what? I'm confused. My eyes dart all over the place. No matter where I look, I still can't see Sumi anywhere. Don't tell me. Did you choose Ron? Indeed you did. It was Rin that was the human. A question pops in my mind, but it's one that I already know the devastating answer to. No way. That's impossible. I'm bumbling and search for my bag. After searching around a little, I pull out Gensuk's diary. No. This is not a diary. Dumbfounded, I stare blankly at an old empty notebook. I can no longer deny this cruel reality. It's meaningless. All of it hits me like a truck. Sumi's whole existence. Everything about her. None of it was ever real to begin with.
소녀를 구해내는 영웅놀이는 즐거웠어?
A horrorous mocking voice echoes in the omnipresent fog. I shift my gaze upwards to where the voice is coming from. And there it is, indeed, definitely, although the majority of it is covered up by the fog. Aha. Hi there, witch Sumi. Something that's no longer Sumi looking down at me from above. Great. Expressionless. Like a skin-covered shell of something that was never real from the start. With an unpleasant scoring laugh, the monster reaches out to me. And obviously kills me. I can feel and hear my body cracking under the pressure. Bones are dented, organs crushed. For some bizarre reason, there's no pain in that moment. I still haven't fully grasped the reality of what's happening to me right now. Ah! Cruelly enough, the pain hits me belatedly after a short delay. I thrash and flail and try to grab something to hold on to. There's nothing there. Bleeding profusely, I drop down to my knees. No. Please. My hatred for having fallen for this charade eclipses my fear of death for a short moment. Hatred for this foul, manipulated game. Hatred for having struggled so hard only to have it all be for nothing. You damn old witch. After forcing myself to squeeze out a few words with my last breath, I kneel over and drop face flat to the ground. I can faintly hear the sadistic laugh getting closer and closer. No, I don't want to die. Not like this. And again. The last thing I hear is my neck violently cracking, followed by everything turning black. Ah. That is definitely what I expected at the very end there, for goodness sakes. Oh, dearie me, it looks like we landed ourselves on a bad end here. A bad end indeed, where Sumi is what you would call one of the 4 murderers. One of the 4 demonesses, most definitely. But I thoroughly enjoyed that game. And I think it's rare for me to say this, but I enjoyed the lore more than the actual characters of the game itself. It's really hard for a game's characters to not be as good as the lore of the game itself, but I think the characters are good, but they're nothing hugely outstanding. But I think the lore itself is the most strongest point of this game in its entirety. Like, I love the fact that there's all this kind of like occultic nature within the game itself, and it's so bizarre enough to make you curious and find out more, for goodness sakes. But I've thoroughly enjoyed it so far. I really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's only the beginning of this Let's Play though. Yeah, the ending theme I'm not going to play because it sounds copywritten. Like, anything of this kind of nature just sounds very... Oh, sound copyright, for goodness sakes. Speaking of copyright, there we go. freesound.org. Lots of orgs. Lots of sound copyright stuff. Right, what conclusion? Oh, used font. God damn it, I thought that was the end there. But there's more to all this. Okay, there are differences within the Korean language. I thought there was lots of the same thing, but there's slight differences within the symbols. Special thanks to all of these people, or organizations, or company, or anything like that. Tumblebug funding supporters. Yes, definitely the lore that I would say that is the most interesting part of this game. Like, there's not enough horror games out there that kind of dive into this kind of occultic stuff within visual novels. Like, normal games, yes. Like, anything outside of visual novels, they're always like that. Or a lot of them anyways. But this is quite rare to see within a visual novel format. And I think, in a way, this game's adventures is pulled off really well. Like the choose your own adventure sort of thing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. That's a really rare thing to see within a game like this. Because I think the only other game I've found which goes into stuff like this is Love Esquire, where you can choose your own journey throughout the game while at the same time following a narrative. So, for example, when going from one destination to another destination, you can find certain items along the way and stuff like that, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Like, I thoroughly enjoy the aspect that it's not just a read, but a man named Hosiek Cho. What? What was that achievement? I don't know. Maybe that's the song itself of this game. Maybe it's a song which I've muted because it could be copywritten. But I thoroughly enjoyed this game for its lore and its choose your own adventure style sort of thing. It really makes the player have some kind of choice within the game without it being too story heavy, impactful, without having a choice in itself. Like, it is still story heavy, but it still has choices. It has choices. I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. Like, even the side characters as well, like the devil himself and the Melto owner. Like, the main characters in their own way, but we barely really see them, especially the devil. H5DEV Games. So what have we got here? Ending collection mode unlocks. Okay. Return to main screen. This might take a moment. Still no achievement. Mode setting. The character you choose automatically becomes a human. Ah, run this feature receive CGs and happy ends regardless of gameplay. That would be very... Okay, please use this wisely as it is a powerful chief function. Yeah, we're not going to have that at this point in time, although no achievement popped up regarding anything of a Sumi bad ending, so I should look at my achievements to see what is unlocked and locked still. I looked through the Steam achievements and it turns out that Sumi is the only one which doesn't have a bad end achievement on the entire Steam achievements list, so that's quite a concern in itself. But the other characters do. You have a bad succubus ending achievement, a bad vampire ending achievement, a bad undead achievement, and a bad end fox spirit achievement. So all of those are in place. But if I'm looking for a particular outcome, I would only do that when I uncover the bad ends of the other 4 characters, because I think it's far easier to find that than trying to find the happy ending of each of the characters because of how this game is laid out. There are 10 endings at the very least, and then the next time I am looking to go for our little vampire, not little, she's quite tall actually, almost as tall as Junson Park is, I believe. Could go for her bad end in the next time around, or whichever ending that we get, because when we select new game, it is of the case that we cannot choose the fate. It's one of the 5, and from there it's going to be the case of whoever we are deciding on our expedition next is most likely going to be a bad end in itself. So if we try to select continue, but I don't think it's going to be good, is it now? It won't be a good thing for us. Ah, okay, so it's the last choice. So, like, we could select Rin because we know that she is the human, but I don't think in this case that we have enough trust with her for us to be able to fully have that trust in a way. So thank you so much for watching, guys. We're going to be coming back to Novena Diabolos, and the next time we'll be going through a different ordeal of characters, and from there a different set of investigations, because we covered the entirety of the school and almost the entirety of the lake in our investigations, but we didn't go to any of the other locations in order to find out the clues that are hidden within there. And I want to see everything that this game has to offer, and then afterwards we'll be only focusing on characters because we've already gone through all of the locations and all of the clues that are given to us. I'll just present the combination of different things that I've gathered so that it's the easiest to depict what is what within the game. Thank you so much for watching. See you all in the next time in Novena Diabolos. Thank you all so much for watching and take care of yourselves.